Welcome to Living Off Nodak, everybody. Yes, I'm shirtless. It's 93 degrees out on May 11th in North Dakota. Crazy sauce. Anyway, you'll see me shirtless, barefoot, all summer long. That's just who I am, and I'm not going to hide it. We got the grill all cleaned up yesterday. Got it seasoned today. Well, I haven't heated it to season it, but I've got oil all over it. And today we're going to do, I call it a meat pie. It's a 7-pound, mainly meat with a little bit of vegetable pie in a cast iron pan. So stick around. You see how they do this? I actually got this idea from Barbecue Pit Boys, and they did a video on it many years ago, and I love it. So I'm going to do it for you guys. So stick around, see how it's done. We're going to start with a 15-inch cast iron pan. It's a good size for 7 pounds. I've got 4 pounds of burger here, 2 venison and beef, 2 pork sausage or breakfast sausage. I've got some cheese to shred up, an onion, a couple of bell peppers. Use whatever seasoning you like. This is what I happen to have. And we're going to need some bacon. So I'm not going to show you step by step, but I'm going to bop in and show you little by little. All right, so what I did was, I'm not sure, in the past I've used 3 pounds of bacon. 4 pounds there, 3 pounds of bacon. That's where I come up with the 7-pound meat pie. But I start with a piece of bacon in the center and kind of make a pinwheel all the way around with a gap in between. Then I go offset a little bit and on each one all the way around with a little bit longer one. And then I fill in the gaps with shorter ones so that when you'll see later, we're going to wrap this around. So we've got our base set now. And now I'm going to get the rest of the ingredients together. And I won't bore you with the chopping and the grating of the cheese and mixing of the burger. I'll get it all ready and then I'll bring it back and assemble it all up. All right, got all the vegetables cut up. I cut them fairly large, half rings of onions and just into normal slices of the bell peppers. I got all the meat mixed up. I put a little bit of this rub in it, and I diced up 5 or 6 fresh cloves of garlic as well and mixed it right in. So that should aerate pretty well. And then I've got a bunch of shredded cheddar cheese. So let's take this, let's put a little bit of this in first. I was going to put the meat in, but let's give just a little sprinkle of this. Not a lot, just a little bit. Okay, so now we take and slap those 4 pounds in. Now we're just going to create a pie out of this. Push down, kind of form the edges just like you would putting a pie crust in a pie tin. Try to keep it even all the way around just for even cooking. Just push it in. I want to try to flatten it out so that it rises all the way to the top. So sometimes it can take a little bit. But this is a great way to feed a bunch of people. It's delicious. And I found a couple of tips to make it even seems like a little bit better later on in the cook. So you'll have to stick around to see the little tips and tricks that I'm going to incorporate. There, we're kind of getting there. Oh, that's looking real good, real good. Fairly level across the bottom. So it looks like we got maybe about a 1/2 inch all the way around on the sides and probably about the same on the bottom. Looks like maybe a little thinner over here, but we're not going to be too darn picky about it. So now what we're going to do, we're going to dump in all these onions and the bell peppers. Stir them up a little bit to break up the onions. Mix it all up. Them separated. Looks like I didn't do a very good job of cutting some of them. It's okay. It's all going to end up in the belly. Doesn't matter how it's cut. I'm going to try to push these up a little bit on the sides as well. Probably could have used a few more vegetables, but you hate to do too much of it as well. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit more of this for a little flavor on the inside. And then let's do some cheese next. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some cheese in. I'm going to kind of stir that in a little bit. Kind of fluff it. Work that cheese down into it a little bit. Guess I could have done that before I stirred up the vegetables. Did it all together. I said, I just go with the flow, man. I don't really have a recipe. That's mixed in pretty good. And everybody likes cheese, so let's load her up with some more cheese. It can't really cook out of it. It really has nowhere to go. And I don't know how much cheese that was. It just looked like about the right amount. Okay, so a little more seasoning. And now, I forgot to mention this earlier, but there we go. Hands are greasy. We're going to take a drizzle, a little barbecue sauce. There we go. Okay, I think we'll sprinkle a little bit of pepper in there too. Just because it sounds good. Okay, so now we can start wrapping. So I'm going to try and start with the shorter ones. No, I'm not. I'm going to start with the longer ones, I guess, because those are put in last. And we're just going to fold them over. All the way to the center. Really, it doesn't matter if you do the long ones first or not, but I'm going to try too. So I'm kind of OCD sometimes. And that's okay. Sorry for my arm being in the way. So I've noticed in the past where these pile up in the center, and when you cut into it, you get a stack of bacon that's about that thick. It's delicious though, but it's a lot. Okay, well, I'm going to start bringing in some of these shorter ones and just get all of them rolled in. Oh, that one's not going to be enough to cover. It'll be okay. See how I'm getting a little nub there of bacon? Doesn't matter what you do, can't go wrong with too much bacon. I don't think there's such a thing. There. We have a meat pie. Okay. So what I like to do now, I don't know if I got enough here. I don't need much. That should be enough. basting brush here. We're going to spread that out all over it. Perfect. Down in the corners there. Get a nice even coating. That looks great. And we'll just put a little bit of this over the top. And I think I'll do some black pepper too, because there's not much black pepper in this. So this can be cooked fairly hot. I'm not going to cook it real hot today, but a little hotter than I typically do. And then I'm going to put it over some coals a little hotter later. But I'm using post oak today because that does burn a little hotter. So we might be cooking around 275 to 300. So I'm going to go get the smoker or the grill fired up, and we'll see after a while. All right, I just threw another raw log on. Having a tough time keeping it up to temp. I just opened the grill to put another log on because I preheat them up in there and stuff, lost a little temp. But I'm having a tough time because the wind is from my left to my right. And with these backyard smokers, you don't get enough draw from a short little stack like this. And the wind will actually blow right down and put your fire out or blow it out the other side. So a little trick that I've come up with is take your handy dandy little chimney here, set it right over the top, and it actually blocks the wind and allows it, you can see the smoke coming out there maybe a little bit, that was, but it allows it to actually create that draw without the wind blowing through it. So little trick I've learned, I've actually rearranged my entire setup out here to adapt to the wind to blow the opposite direction, but this is the easiest thing I've found. So little trick, if you got one, try it. The old char griller is doing its thing. We're holding about this temp for quite some time. And like I said earlier, we've got our little tool up here. Let's take a look. Oh, it's getting a pretty nice color to it. I've been rotating it about 180 degrees every so often. I haven't been timing it by any means. We've got our preheating logs up top. Got a decent fire going. Looks like it's just starting to shrivel up just a little on top there. Oh, it's awesome. This is going to be delicious. Stick around for the end. Okay. I told you earlier that there's a little secret to this. So as you can see, it's shrunk up a lot. And if you see there, there's a lot of bacon grease in the bottom. So we're going to get rid of that so we don't have too much soggy bacon in the bottom. So we're going to go and dump that out. So if you come along with me, we're going to dump it in the rocks. This is not for you, Hank. No. Get out of here. So what I'm going to do is just kind of hold my hand on it and just dump it out. And Hank will be out here licking this stuff up all night. I'll probably have to do this one more time. Ooh, that got a little hot. So I'm going to throw it a little closer to the coals this time. on the other side of the grill to try to fry it a little bit more on the bottom, crisp it up a little bit. And like I said, I'll probably dump it out one more time after another half an hour or so. And now we're going to slide it on this side closer to the heat to try to fry it a little bit and cook it a little harder. So I won't show you the next one, but I just wanted to show you that little tidbit. And next time I see you, we'll have it inside for a taste test. We're finally done. It looks fantastic. Nice crispy top on it. And the pan's hot, but she's still loose on the bottom, so it didn't grill to the bottom. I did dump it one more time, the grease out one more time and stuff. There's still a little bit in the bottom, but we'll see how it turns out. So let's get a little slice in this. I'm excited for this. It's Mother's Day, by the way. Who doesn't want to cook a pie for their mom on Mother's Day? My mom is actually not behind the camera directly, but she's back there. So yes, I cooked my mom a pie for Mother's Day. She's excited. So let's see how this goes. Yeah, I know, all you police out there, I shouldn't be cutting in my cast iron pan with a steel knife, but it's my cast iron pan, I can do that. My goodness, that looks good. It's kind of dripping. You can see the peppers, the onions, the cheese in there. Let's see what it looks like here. Oh man, it's just gonna kind of fall apart. Delicious. Cut across like this just for funsies. Hard to cut through the bacon probably, but we'll roll with it. Well, that kind of ruined it, didn't it? That's okay. Still got some cheese and some peppers in there. All right, I'm going to cut a bite off here. All right, moment of truth. Still pretty hot. I'll probably burn my tongue. What the heck is that? All right, here we go. Okay, yeah, it's pretty hot. But holy cow, that post oak, I did throw some hickory in with it, gave a great flavor to it. Moist as can be. And I blame that on the pork sausage and the bacon. Everything is delicious and juicy and moist. And you know what? This is 7 pounds. You know how many people that's going to feed? Half a pound a piece at 15 people. Okay. 14. But this is a great idea for a bunch of different people. We've got some sides here. We're going to dish up some food and enjoy. And I'm going to eat on this all week long. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please like, please subscribe. Got more coming your way. And we'll see you then.